Well, sure, about every New Year's back on McClunkin Center, we'd all sit around and swear off doing one thing or another, and some of them would keep their pledges, and some of them would shed it just like a dog shedding his hair. Well, this New Year's, we was all sitting around Ezra Hoskins' grocery store, figuring on what we'd swear off from doing while we calculated Ezra might swear off from putting any more sand in his sugar. Deacon Witherspoon might swear off from preaching any more long-winded sermons, and Jim Lawson could swear off from selling any more whoppers. Well, I thought it over, and I just calculated I'd swear off from saying any more cuss words. Well, sir, I felt good about it all day, and I never broke a pledge once. Well, come along evening, I had my store clothes on, and it was time to do the chores. Well, I went out in the barn, and I gathered in the eggs. I didn't have any basket with me, so I put them in my pockets. I guess I had nigh on to 2 dozen of them, and I was just coming out of the barn, and a darned old hog run between my legs and upset me, and I fell down on them 2 dozen eggs. Well, I felt like saying something right then, but I didn't. Well, then I got the bucket to do the milking, and I sat down and milked our old cow, and I just had a bucket stuck full of milk, and that darned old critter wailed away and kicked me over into the fence corner, and I sat down in the hog trough, and the milk bucket went all over me, and milk went on my store clothes. Well, I felt like saying something then, but I didn't. Well, then I went to chop some wood for the next day, and I hadn't chopped more than a dozen licks when a stick flew up and hit me alongside of the head, and I sat down there in the wood pile, and I seen more stars than ever was created. Well, I felt like saying something then, but I didn't. Well, we had supper, and we was all sitting around. It was coming nigh on to bedtime, and Nancy wanted some apples and some cider and some molasses out of the cellar to do baking and cooking with. While I went down in the cellar, and I got a basket of apples and a pitcher of cider and a pitcher of molasses, and I started upstairs with them. Well, I just got up on top of the steps when my foot slipped, and by heck, I never stopped a-rolling till I got clear back down in that cellar. Well, the cider went all over my clothes, and molasses went in my hair, the apples hit me in the face, and right then and there, I broke that pledge.